Wullie, how big a blow is that today?
Huge. Marsh just summed up perfectly in the dressing room when he Jekyll and Hyde. We've been doing, you look at the results last week at Alloa, performance at Dunfermline, the last home game here against Morton. You think you're turning a corner and you're putting a couple together, and then a result today which is, we're in a winning position and we shouldn't be losing a game in that manner. The 2 goals again, embarrassing. Obviously we've said what we need to say in the dressing room, and I've said in there that Penny's got to drop it at some point, because the goals that we do give away and concede, it's far too easy, and January's just coming, so we know the improvements that we need and what we want to do, so it's about trying to pick up results in the next 2 games in the remaining of the year, and look to strengthen in January.
It's a game of 2 halves again, wasn't it? Because the first half, the performance had continued from the previous ones a little bit, and then get yourselves in front, and then the second half wasn't comfortable at all.
No, I don't even think, I wouldn't say we were comfortable in the first half either. The goal put us ahead, but the performance was scrappy. Quality wasn't great from both teams. I thought, if anything, Kelty were probably the better team in both halves, marginally in the first half and definitely in the second half. I just thought that we ran out of energy when they got their equaliser, and if one team was going to go on and win it, it looked to be them. And again, the defensive mix-up that leads to the penalties, it shouldn't happen.
Was it a penalty? Do you feel it was a penalty?
Yep. Max has tried, obviously the two defenders have came together and the balls went through, and Max has tried his best to get there, but it's one of them that the striker just gets a touch on it before Max does.
No excuses, and you're not one for making excuses, but you've had your troubles this week through illness and injuries, and Harry being suspended as well.
No, we have, but listen, it's a game of football. We managed to put out a team close to what we wanted to. Lee only trained 1 day and he was carrying a knock. That's why we had made that change from the Dunfermline game. But again, I believe that we had more than enough to win the game. And again, when you're in the position that we were in, we should have had enough to hold out and make sure that we had another home 3 points.
It is getting to that halfway point now, and you'll be the first to say that it's not the first half of the season that you wanted to have. It's
not. And then when we touch on, obviously, the Montrose and the Dunfermline game, I'd set a target out of the games. Today's game, Falkirk and Clyde, to kind of finish the year. And then with that one, I'm not saying that I expected it, but I certainly wanted 3 points at home to Kelty, create a bit of a gap between us and them, and then obviously the game's not been on elsewhere. With Airdrie and Dunfermline playing, we were hoping to kind of make ground on other teams as well, but it's been a bad day, and now all we can do is get together on Monday. We're back here in Dumfries because we've got a hospital visit. We'll train here on Monday, have a good week in training, and then hopefully go and put today's bad performance behind us and get a good result at Falkirk.
Falkirk it is next Friday night.
Yep.
And up there again was another performance that you were less than happy with. You want to change that? I
think over the season you look at teams that you've played and performances you've put in against the teams, and then I'd say Falkirk. We've not performed well against them twice, 3-1 in both games, their place and here. So we certainly want to go and give a better account of ourselves, and then obviously now you can probably add Kelty into that as well, because we didn't really perform very well up there and we were miles away from our best today.
And you'll want to make sure that gap between yourselves and Falkirk doesn't become any bigger?
We can't, like you say, we're approaching the halfway point. I would much rather have more points on the board and be closer than we are, but when you reach the halfway point you then need to start looking at January, where you can strengthen key areas that you need to improve on to make sure that the gap doesn't get bigger and you can be in a good place come March, April time.
And you'll be looking to bring in January?
We will be. We've done our kind of research to who might come available, and it's like anything though, everyone's looking out for good players to add to their squad, and if we can do something to improve the team, then we will.
Obviously going to have to try and hang on to some as well, reading between the stories this week about Rory and Lewis.
Yeah, but again, their performances have probably merited the attraction from elsewhere, but they're our players, they're under contract. If clubs want them, they'll need to pay for them.